You just hit okay.
Okay. How does it feel to be recorded and zoomed in, Lauren?
Oh my gosh. Well, Militia, it's so good to be here with you today. And let me like tune into that question. So how does it feel to be recorded? I wasn't thinking about that until you said it. Feels okay.
Yeah. And I love that you're in the space, and I love that I'm actually co-creating the space with you. And I usually take just a 2 minute, not even 2 minute, but to sense my way through it because everything that I said all the way up to this moment does not apply.
Yeah,
It's
gotcha.
invalid.
Okay. All right.
So we get to blend in the energies and anchor into our connection.
Mm,
And I have known you for a brief amount of time,
yes.
very brief, yet
Hmm.
very deep.
Yes.
And there's this innate trust that I have with you that I
Mm,
lean into, that I can relax into when I'm co-creating space and inviting the energies and inviting your energy to come in and meet mine. So we're going to kind of figure out what this is all about
okay.
together. But I wanted
Beautiful.
to take a moment and introduce your energy to me
Okay.
and to
Beautiful.
whoever is to listen to it, to watch it, to feel it through.
Mm, hmm.
And you to me came as in one of those lunches that we had together
Yeah.
on the retreat. And I remember you sat to my right side and you have asked a lot of questions that I'm curious about, which are related to the connecting, deep connection,
Hmm.
to a sense of belonging with the other, sense of newness in relationships
Hmm.
and I sense that there is part of you that kind of wanted to discover this or is
Hmm. Hmm.
self-questioning it and asking all these questions and having the sensed way. Not to mention that you already have a deep practice in holding people through such spaces and
Right.
similar spaces, shall I say.
Yeah.
But then I sensed your energy and I was like, well, I would love to know more about you.
Uh-huh.
And I think this space is going to be beautifully open by me diving into you, who is
Mm.
diving into others all
Hmm.
the time. And I just want to kind of put it out there on the table and open it all up and crack it to say, hey, there is the sense of openness and space for us to enter.
Hmm.
That is the magic world of unknowns that we don't
Mm.
know how big, how
Hmm.
deep, what is it?
Right.
Yet we're both curious enough to discover and tap into it. So, how do you feel about this?
I feel really good about it. And you're using like the terminology, right? And the language that I really relate to. And yeah, I mean, like you studied this before. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she's speaking my language, right? Because that's really what life is about, right? Is opening and connecting and loving deeply and connecting and knowing ourselves deeply and knowing another deeply and growing. Yeah.
Mm.
So it feels
Mm.
really good. I'm really excited to explore that.
Are you freaked out slightly?
Not really. I think I'm more excited.
Okay. And magic, such magic doesn't scare you or intimidate you.
Magic excites me.
Aha.
Yeah, magic really excites me. I think I used to be intimidated by the magic I have, right? And I was always curious and excited when I would see it in someone else, but it was just so not accepted, like in my family,
Mm.
your my magic or your brightness, all of that, uh that scared me, but really like in my own journey, it's I have to show up in that way, and claiming
Mm.
my magic and authenticity, right? And showing up in that way. Like there's no other way.
Yeah. And when you talk about your magical world, what is this?
Oh my God, how do I begin to describe this? My magic or my magical world. I don't even know if I have all the words for that, Militia. But I think, we all, and especially women, we all have our own magic. And really that is aligning with your truth, your power, your gifts, and really bringing that to the world. And I think when you're fully aligned, you show up in a world in the world authentically in a way that is just bringing yourself and your gifts to the world. So My magic specifically, I think if you ask different people, they'd say like different things.
Hmm.
I think my magic is just yeah, like, yeah, okay, I'm like feeling it. If you ask like my clients, I think my magic is really like holding a space for them and helping them feel really comfortable, safe, and seen. Safe to be like the fullness of themselves and in their magic. Safe to feel the fullness of their relationships, the fullness of love, and everything that can bring, and sensuality, sexuality, like the fullness of their pleasure, like everything. So I think I really hold a space really well and support others and feeling safe. I'm getting shy right now when I talk.
Okay,
So
I'll chime in.
I like, yeah, if you
I
ask
love it.
different things, like I think, listen, I know my magic, but it's hard to talk about it for sure.
Magic is hard to talk, and it's, I think, because I live in magic.
Yeah.
As Pisces, I am birthed to kind of like talk about this and discover it and play with it. And it's very innocent. I
Mm,
find it very, very soft and patient, very
mm.
daring and teasing, almost naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty. Like a like a like a fantasy fairy tale-ish naughty. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go there and I'm gonna sit on the top of your nose and I'm not
Wow.
gonna let you see me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna be on the top of your tongue, but I'm not gonna tell you what exactly I am, what is the word to discover.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need to try to find me. So when I speak of magic, often I find almost no word in human language that explains it,
Exactly.
but it speaks through me because it brings this smile, like you said, the shyness of it, which is so innocent. This
Hmm.
quality of
Hmm.
us
Hmm.
that we never get to practice, never get to
Exactly.
show because we're freaked out in this world. So I
Exactly.
I think you're magical, but I also feel your power.
Mm.
And when I say I feel your power, you are a very, very smart and capable woman.
Hmm.
And you know it. So
Hmm.
not that I feel this in you, you carry this very well.
Yeah.
And when it comes to magic, underneath it, that I'm curious to see is magic on the top of your power,
Mm.
showing the face, giving the glasses that you look through the world, or
Hmm.
is magic underneath your power? And when I speak of power, just you know yourself very well, and
Yeah.
you are almost so concretely steady into knowing yourself, and this you discover this about yourself. There's a
Hmm.
truth, there's the confidence, there's you walk, and it walks with you, and
Yeah.
it's very hard to miss it. And
Oh, wow.
it is true. And I bet the people will say some, well, actually, I don't know. Will people say it? This is how I felt you. So I'm curious about this magic. Where is it sitting on the top of it or underneath it?
Yeah. I've never really thought about it that way. I feel it all around me. I feel it in me. I feel it behind me. I feel it under me. I feel it on top of me. It's in me. It's guiding me. And you're right. I know when I walk into a room, like I know it's felt because I can turn it on and turn it off, right? As you know, with this magic. And yeah, I think I really shared just a little bit of that earlier, the magic. And I kind of like, yes, this is what my clients feel, but there aren't really words, and I think it's just a felt sense, and that
Mhm.
feels really good to hear and to know that you felt that from me.
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's more of just a felt sense for me, and I can turn it on and turn it off. I think it's turned on mostly now, especially with the program that we're in, and it's safe for us to come out now and to like be in our magic and be in our big energy, our fullness, that yeah, it's just always there. It doesn't really go off anymore.
Mm. And you're talking about the sense that lives with you, through you, about you, on the top of you. It comes out from you, it
Yeah.
radiates out.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
in this sense, how often do you turn it off?
Let me think about that. Let me feel into that for a moment. Very rarely now. I think earlier in my life, and I've been on this conscious journey of healing for about like 20 some years. So I think before this, it was mostly off, probably like half and half. Um, but more and more, it's like it's rarely off. I think people and women in general, it's a safety mechanism to turn it off, right? Because as women, we were burned at the stake. We were accused of being witches, right? Like for our magic, for our just being in our magic, being our radiance. So I think I turn it off rarely, and when I do, it's for safety, you know.
Mm.
Whether that's I'm walking to my car late at night and I want to just like be invisible, so I'll just put an invisibility cloak on, or I'm having an interaction with someone and I feel their darkness and I just don't want to entangle with that. I'll just wrap it up, And so very rarely do I turn it off, but I think that it's important to know how to turn it off and turn it on,
Mm.
just for your own safety and just, control of it, I guess.
I love that. Yeah. And such magic is uncontrollable or
Hmm.
unattainable. And
Yeah.
yet, you're saying it's very easy to be, I don't even want to use harsh words when I speak
Okay.
of such magic, but it's very attractive, actually, in people and
Yeah.
also in wrong energies.
Right.
And it's so seductive and seducive. And I don't talk about it as, I'm not speaking of it as just in a sexual seduction. I'm
Oh, for
talking about
sure. Yeah.
a part of, almost like a part of us that we all yearn for. Yet
Mm,
when we see it in another, it becomes so alluring and so
that's
seductive
right.
that we want it. And you're saying it's like you're very clear. You have this clarity inside of you to know how to protect it, not
Yes.
to defend it or use it as a defense mechanism, rather than protect it because it's so sacred to you.
100%. And there's, I think early on, and, I see this with a lot of women, I'm sure you do too. There's a want or a need to want to prove, like, hey, I'm okay, or accept my magic or accept me. But now you see, like, you don't prove yourself to anybody. And so you own yourself, you own your magic. And, it's honestly like it's a privilege for someone to experience your energy and to hear your story even, and to get to be in your circle, that's an honor, that's a privilege. So that has to be earned. And, it's important to use discernment, right? But yeah, you're absolutely right. I love what you said, with the magic and people kind of seeing and feeling the magic and wanting that themselves, it really does bring out lots of different energies in people. And
Mm.
the darkness, and that's where you see a lot of jealousy, right? And I think I mean, I resonate. I see the magic in you too, right? So like, exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, well, when you walk into a room, people can either like love you, right? And want to connect and like, what is this that she has? Like I want this, or I want to be around this, right? And then there's people who are jealous, right? There's the jealousy, the envy, right? And so there's just more like darkness with that. And I think it takes a lot of work, and grounding within yourself and your magic, right? Owning it
Mhm.
to really stay bright, stay in your light, stay in your magic, right? Because that's healing, that's changing the world when you stay in your light and, all the work that you've done. It's like, yes, be jealous. You could have this too. You just chose a different path, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, and then it's really
Yeah.
inspiring to the people on, in their journey doing it. Like, yes, keep going. You can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're talking about the beauty and the bitch.
Hmm. Totally. I love that.
The beauty and the bitch. The
Wow.
bitch shows up to the world, the beauty, to protect the beauty. And it's fair.
Yeah.
And it's also giving us a choice out of which we want to react. And I think this is where, gosh, just suppressing the beauty and the magic inside of us, inside the heart, and never showing it up to the world is almost like sacrilege.
Yeah.
right? I almost talk about it so softly and tenderly that I don't want it to hide itself any longer. I want it to grow. And when we connect through the magic with one another,
Mm,
we build. And what we build is almost, it's eros, but not
yeah,
sexual eros, the
right.
life force that comes in to create together. And you and I had that moment.
That's right. We did.
Yeah.
Mm.
And before we dive into that moment of our creation, selfishly claiming it, though I can't claim anything. I want to talk about the safety. I think you mentioned it a couple of times. Is that such magic requires the space, freedom, and also safety? And how does this feel inside of you? How do you seek it, ask it, discern about it, discreetly, but also very confidently to the world and around you? Tell me about
Gosh,
it.
this is a topic I could talk about for hours, the safety, because the internal sense of safety is needed, right? To be and express your full self, to come out into the world. And it looks different for women and for men. For women, we have to cultivate it much deeper. We have to really get in touch with our inner masculine, right? And do some work around that to really embody that. And when you fully master that, and you've done like the, inner masculine healing, father wound healing, all of that, you really embody your inner masculine really in a lovely way, in a way that you can relax into that safety, and then you can show up. And I'm just going to talk specifically about women for right now. You can show up in the fullness of your femininity and just know that you're safe, right? That you can rely on this internal protector, right? And it has more of a feminine essence, I'll just say for me, right? Because mine's like an intuitive knowing of safety. Like this situation's not safe, this person's not safe. And how do I keep myself safe in this situation? Can I can I come out with more of aggressive masculine energy if I need to? Yeah, I can because I've trained. Right? But I
Yeah.
don't need to. And you don't need to know that. I have that skill, you know. But yeah, it's more of a trusting that I can keep myself safe in the situation, and and it's trusting your intuition too, right? That this person is not safe. The situation's not, hey, I don't need to explain myself to this person. I don't need this person to understand me, right? And it's knowing and trusting that, and so sometimes it's just trusting your intuition
Hmm.
versus I mean, especially women have a tendency to gaslight themselves, right? Like talk themselves out of what they're feeling, seeing, and thinking all the things, right? No, this is not safe. Trust your gut. So it's coming back to your intuition, trusting that, but also just developing that internal sense of safety.
And how does this feel for you? How did you experience this safety internally? And we're talking here, we're now talking about the magic,
Mm,
safety, inner energies, masculine, feminine, that
okay.
are playing in. And we're also talking about instinct, almost intuitive feeling of someone else's energy
Oh
and
yeah.
self-protection. And
Hmm.
how is magic, if we were just to anchor it into the magic for a second, the magic that you're desiring, that you're seeking, how is this preconditioned by the safety you feel with someone else? That it's unexplainable. We're talking about the metaphysical realm of something that it's very hard to explain, but rather than out of experience, you can kind of speak out of it. How does this safety feel in a metaphysical way when you approach in front of you the energy, and that it's asking you to bloom and open up?
Yeah. So let me make sure I understand the question. So, how does the safety feel internally on a metaphysical level?
Yeah.
Is that
When
right?
I so when you enter into this space,
Mm-hmm.
something told you yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
I can relax my shoulders. Automatic. It's an automatic thing. It's like you
Oh,
almost trust it or you don't. And then out of which your magic can bloom. How is this exact feeling replicated into the world when you are getting bombarded with all these
okay.
energies?
So I see, feel, and hear. So when I saw you, right, I'll just say, how did I know you were safe? Like when I saw you, like I see the aura around you. I
Mhm.
feel your presence. Like I feel you in my heart and like in my belly. And I feel like a warmth in my body. I feel a relaxation in my shoulders and just like a like a sigh. Um, yeah, so it's something that I see, I feel, and then sometimes I hear things, right?
Okay.
And go ahead.
And where's the magic?
Where is the magic? I don't know. I don't understand. It's everywhere. I mean,
Love it.
that's magical in itself. Like, being able to like see around you, feel, hear, like that's magic. Um, and I think, yeah, it's just I think, I mean, I don't know if this answers your question. Like, the magic is really trusting. It is in trusting that, you
Hmm.
know? Well, yeah.
Yeah. And what does it do to you?
So it makes me feel relaxed in my body,
Okay.
warm, and just, yeah, I can't really describe the energy. It's just a warmth, it's a knowing, it's a yes,
Okay.
And so for me, the yes feels like just in everyday life. And when I'm looking for the magic, it feels like warmth in my body. It feels like an opening in my chest, right? A warmth and opening in my chest, like maybe like a more, I'm standing up taller, straighter. Yeah, it just feels like a warmth and an opening. And, sometimes it's like, it's the same energy as arrows, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And this is the space where I explore a lot.
Mm,
And this is where I dare to go to test surrendering,
beautiful.
to test awe,
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
taste,
Yeah.
and also test my capacity to feel such sensations and such qualities of what would worship mean
Mm.
if I were to worship anything
Wow. Yep.
in front of me, inside of me. What would that feel? What would bring me to my knees to kneel?
Mm.
And when there is a safe space and magic, and when this is found inside of someone, how it's almost very hard to explain how is it even possible? And imagine, can you even imagine sharing this with someone else
Right.
and having such a deep, deep connection of not that it's not logical, very totally not rational, very much calling you to surrender to your powers. So I
Yeah.
want to go right there in that space and ask you, Lauren, where is the power of surrendering inside of you in that space of yours?
Yeah. So, as you were talking about the surrender and the worship and what does that mean inside of you, I was like feeling that in my body and what that means for me, right? And so to worship inside, but also outside, right? That is a surrender, but also a recognizing in the other, like of their sacredness and their showing up in their fullness. And that is what brings me to my knees, right? When someone shows up in their fullness and their beauty and their magic and they're just raw, vulnerable, honest, transparent, like, oh my God. See, I'm like in it. I'm like really like feeling the air, the energy, the air. So what was your question again? Your question was, what does that was it?
Love it.
Just go ahead. Yeah, your
Love it.
question.
I'm getting hot.
Yeah.
Eh, No, no. And here is what it does actually. And just to be totally transparent and honest, when you invite such energy into your field, it actually your temperature rises because it's inside your body. You
Yeah.
can feel this aliveness coming in, which is purity of eros being
Right.
activated. And when you are able to share this with someone else, there's so much territory to discover
Right. Right.
if you dare to stay and if you can sustain this capacity and this temperature. of the space. So the question I had was, when you enter into the safety and you mingle with the magic of your own potential, how far, where is, and what is a sense of surrender inside of you?
Wow. So that's a big question. And I'm like feeling it as you're saying it, and I'm getting hot, like my head's getting light.
Same.
Um, because it's something I've really played with very deeply the past couple years, right? Is this surrender. And so where is it in my body? That was the question you had. Um, Both, yeah, I think I answered like what it takes for me to get there. And that's just like a little piece of it. But what the surrender feels like in my body is warmth, like everywhere. And I'm just going to go ahead and like experience it as we're talking to really
I
get
love it.
a felt sense. Um, yeah, it feels lit up everywhere, like a warmth everywhere, like my chest, my breast, like my yoni, like my pelvis, my sacrum. Actually, I'm like we're very aware of like my sacrum, and just like an openness everywhere, like my chest, my breast, like my yoni, everything's open. And I also feel like my crown chakra opening, and I'm like connected, right? Like something deeper, like bigger than me is in me as well. And if I'm with a partner, right, it's like in my partner as well, moving through them. And if I'm just like in practice myself, it's just kind of moving through me. And so it just feels ecstatic. It feels it feels orgasmic. It feels like I have like all the truths in the world. Like I have all the knowledge and like everything that I need, and it feels abundant. It feels like there are no limitations, right? It's so interesting. I'm like seeing like a lightning like from my cervix like all the way to my crown, and just kind of like opening. And yeah, it's interesting. Like I feel myself like as you know, like dance and movement is like
I
huge for
was
me.
just
So
about to say.
so I feel myself doing certain movements, like more circular movements, flowing, feminine. So that's what it feels like. I don't know if I can ever quite describe how it feels, but it just lights up every part of me. It's like that's where you really feel the secrets of the universe, but also feel the fullness of your power and your magic, right? It's actually in your
Mhm.
surrender.
Mhm. And it's inside your body, underneath your skin, and this limits. It's
It's
underneath it.
it's in me. Yeah, like it's in me, but then if I really feel no more, like it's all around me, like it's everywhere I go, right? But the surrender, yeah, I like I feel it in me. Mhm.
Do you identify with this?
What with what I'm saying?
With what you're feeling?
Yes,
Is it yours?
it's mine.
What color is it?
Yeah, let me feel into that. Because I don't know if I ever really get a color sometimes. What color is my surrender? Mm, I don't think I'm going to be able to give you an authentic answer with that one. What
Okay.
color it is.
What does it want from you?
My surrender. Oh my God. Yeah, it wants me to just fully let go. It wants me to have access to this level of pleasure, this level of play, this level of power, of magic. It wants me to trust. Oh, interesting. Look, it wants me to trust.
Hmm. And how is it talking to you?
Mm,
What's its
yeah,
language?
yeah, yeah. It's talking me through movement, and I just feel energy. Like, as you know, I'm more like energetic. So I feel more of like the energetic touch, like moving the energy, go here, here. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm, mhm.
Wow. This is beautiful.
I
I
know.
love it. And do you want to go for a minute longer?
Yeah.
How are you? Why? What are you laughing about?
I'm just so high right now. Keep going.
It's beautiful. This is what we create. And I'm burning hot on my
I'm
side.
in it. I'm burning.
Okay, shall I continue?
Continue.
Um, because I'm feeling you. I can feel the energy, and I also feel it does something different to my palms. I'm actually sweating. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fire coming in through the body. So, where in this energy and in this field do you dare to play with deeper
Oh my God. Like right now or in general?
right now?
Oh shit. To get like a deeper surrender is what you're saying?
To play deeper so it can show you something you are yet to find out about.
Okay. We could add like a little bit of movement,
Okay.
some breath. If a sound comes out, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is just the practical side of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the surrender is calling and it wants to be initiated,
Mm.
shown, experienced, can you hold it for longer than a minute? Can you hold onto it? Can you hold with it?
You know, it's so funny as you're saying that. I'm like, oh, I don't hold on to it. It holds on to me, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can be with it, be present and just kind of ride those waves as long as it tells me to, as long as I need to.
Yeah. And it can sense the trust
Hmm.
around
Yeah.
the safety,
Hmm.
the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our practicums would be very deep.
I know. I
Oh
know.
my God, we would go. Why I wanted to show this and actually not showcase it or do any Vita practices with you because you are a therapist. I am not a therapist. You
Uh-huh.
know this very well.
Uh-huh.
But for someone who knows it so well and owns it
Hmm.
and is living life through it,
Mm.
there's also the beauty behind it of learning how to surrender as well and allowing yourself to taste that with someone. And our practicum that we did live on the retreat, Lauren, was really something very tender for me and also very
Me too.
humbling and very in awe. And this is
Mm.
where I experienced awe of someone like you surrendering to the powers and
Yeah.
almost surrendering the powers away. You're
Yep.
talking surrendering all of it
Yep.
and feeling a different layer of levitating or almost like falling.
Right.
And how did this all feel compared to what we experienced on the retreat? And if you can tap into it, that would be great.
Yeah. So, I mean, it always feels amazing to be in your presence, Militia, and to connect with you. And it felt amazing just now to like just even have a taste, right, of that surrender. And so I don't always have the words. I'm such a mover, right? A dancer and a feeler that feel, experience, and express best through my body. But that experience, at the retreat was like nothing I've ever experienced, right? And so I really found how just my edges, right? How deeply can I surrender? And with you, like it was a very unique experience, right? Because, we're in this room with I don't know how many women were there, like hundreds of women, and we're releasing this pain, intergenerational lines of, pain. So you have screaming, crying, kicking, anger, and then pleasure over here. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I've mastered the art of energetic boundaries, in my practice and my life. But when you're thrown into a room of hundreds of women and you're trying to go to your surrender, something very interesting happened to me, with me. And the energy is that, the energy started, staying with me. So something that happened with you, right, was like, okay, I have this internal sense of safety developed, right? Where I can surrender. But when there's that much energy coming from the outside and you're that sensitive, and I am, I needed like my partner to, hold the space and create the safety around around us, And so that's what you did for me. And so that was the only experience there at that time where I didn't leave. I would get dizzy after this breath work and these practicums, right? Like I would cough and I was taking on the energy of the collective. It was moving through me. But with you, I really was able to deepen in my feeling of my magic, right? In my surrender, and to feel like the fullness of the experience, what I was experiencing, right? And it really moved some deep energy and really got me to like the depth of my, energy, right? Energy orgasm for me, and really could feel like my cervix like come alive, right?
Mm.
And so that level of surrender, like I mean, it's so funny because like I have no idea what I look like. And I don't care. We don't care when we're at that level of surrender. I have no idea what I look like. I have no idea what the hell my body just did and what it moved, but I listened, right? I listened. I trusted deeply within myself first, right? That energy moving through me. And then I trusted and surrendered in the space. I trusted you. I felt your energy. It's like I knew my eyes were closed. I knew exactly where you were, what you
Mhm.
were doing. I felt the distance like of your hand. I would like feel like the heat, when you were like protecting the space. I felt you kind of like go around like the perimeter. Like it was a very powerful experience,
Mhm.
and one that was just so moving for me.
Mm.
And yeah, I was really able to surrender very deeply and feel, oh, it was beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, we don't, here I want to just normalize that the energetic
Mm,
practices like that are very powerful and also very opening and very vulnerable.
right.
And to do that and to have this innate trust, you almost have to do your homework first before you
Right.
put yourself into such spaces, because you can you can take a
Right.
different exit very quickly if you don't know how to handle your own self. And
Right.
this comes with that 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 level of understanding, knowing thyself. And I also want to point out is that in when space is shared with two, it can be intimacy, it can be the bed, it can be the practices like this, it can be this space specifically. Every energy is experiencing itself on its own.
Yep.
What How I feel it and how I understand it is that my role, I just knew my role.
Mm,
And not the way I was told to hold the role in holding your space as a mountain, but rather than something about you told me what you needed from me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And for you to tell me without the words what it is that
mm.
you needed from me, I had to tune into you. And for me to tune into you and get into your openness, you had to trust to open.
Right.
And
Exactly.
it goes as a domino effect, one after another after another. And you can only open if you know your own knowing of what the trust and safe space for you feels like, so you can enter into it. And this dynamic happens within two people,
Right.
male, female, 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 doesn't matter. It's almost like when women are together, I think we have this automatic default trust to open because we open from our hearts right away.
Right.
And we trust each other because we're alike. In
Mm,
many ways, we understand one another much deeply without us even saying that. So I knew because you told me, and you told me because I was able to tune into you and be willing to get rid of myself in order to
Mm.
put you up front. And in order for my whole world and my whole attention and focus and energy to actually funnel into you as the only thing at that moment alive for me in the world. So my
Mm.
world disappeared so yours can come in. And
Wow.
and this is where the poetry comes from. That exact surrendering to the power of
Mm.
another female, of another feminine energy
Wow.
that is willing to surrender in front of you for you to witness. That to me is witness consciousness. That you
Mm.
are so aware of someone else's power that turns on these qualities of heart that are awe and that dissolve, that complete dissolve.
Yeah.
So, anything you would like to say on that? It is so deep and so magical.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the words really. It is so deep. It is magical. And there are no words when you surrender that deeply, right? And I will say I'm like remembering back a bit. Um, the energy and what I was experiencing was so powerful, flowing through my body, moving that like towards the end, right? When they they said, "What do you need?" Right? And you said, "What do you need?" And I needed to be grounded, right? I'm like, "Can you just give me your weight?" Right? Can you just ground it in? And it was like the opening and the energy and what moved through me, the surrender was so powerful. It was so that I just needed you to ground it, help ground it in. Yeah. And it is feeling it. It was feeling like every cell of my body, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in the practicums, we're asked to what it is that you need to land back into the body towards the end. And I just knew you're going to say that. There was a
You
part of me
you
that actually,
did.
I knew you're going to ask for to feel
Yep.
into your limits. And I'm talking the limits of our skin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that holding the legs or holding your temple will not be
Mm-hmm.
enough,
Mm-hmm.
that something heavy needs to just land on the top of you for you to feel this energy gripping inside
Yep.
of you as if it's coming inside your bone marrow and it's imprinted. And in that moment, oh, I can write a book about this. In that moment, and I want to just normalize one thing is that magic happens for two energies to come and unite. And this
Mm-hmm.
is where two blends of two colors come in and become one, totally
Right.
different,
Right.
out of which creation happened. And we just had nothing, nothing less
Right.
than respect and silence. There was
Yeah.
nothing that we said, yet we felt everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Mm.
And to do this with another
Mm. Mm.
is everything.
Yeah. It was
It
everything.
it evolves you
Mm-hmm.
because we can do this work for our own selves all our life. And if we don't know how to open this much to someone else, our evolution stops with our
Right.
limits of our skin.
Right.
When we become ready to open and crack up and allow someone to come in and show you. And of course, you have to know exactly who you're allowing into your
That's
space,
right.
who you are allowing to come in and change you.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
wish we I wish we learned this in school.
Oh my God. How would they even start to teach it? Right. Yeah. It
Yeah.
does. It does need to be taught. But yeah, it was a knowing and a trusting within myself first, a feeling your energy and trusting what I knew about you in my body. Right. And then welcoming it in. Right. To be able to access that level of surrender. For
Yeah.
sure.
And it's the same energy that keeps showing up in between
Hmm.
us. The
Yeah.
same exact
For
energy.
sure.
It wants to come in and drop and show us.
Yes.
And what do you think is teaching you?
What is it teaching me? Like the same energy that keeps showing up and to surrender. What is that teaching me? Man, is teaching me so much. Let me feel into that for a moment. Hmm. Yeah, it's teaching me that, you know, it really is safe. It really is safe to fully show up and to surrender. And it's also teaching me, like, hey, there's people out there who can hold all of you, like, and actually who crave your big energy and you and your fullness, right? Because I think myself and a lot of women, right, can relate to this difficulty being in your full energy and your big energy. And we call it like big breast energy, right?
Yeah.
Like, but that's just really like you're in your fullness of your power and your pleasure and all of it. And so, it's really taught me that not only are there people there who can hold all of me like really well, but they crave it. And
Hmm.
in order to maintain that authentic relationship, it's required of me to like keep showing up authentically and in my big energy, right? Like our relationship, right? Our connection works out because we're both in our energy claiming it, right?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't like that, it wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's take a step further. And how different this is for you to experience from a male versus female energies.
Yeah. I think in general, and I just want to like come back to like my experience of you, like, and at the retreat, that was life changing. And that was like the first time in my life that I've actually been around that many women and that many people who not only did they just encouraged you and really wanted all of you and your energy and your big energy. Like that was life changing. So I think my experience outside of that in general is that there's not a lot of women or men who can hold, you know, all of you, all of me, right? Like my big energy, like they haven't really done the work themselves, or they're early on in doing it. So but yeah, I would say it's very different between men and women. I think a fully evolved, like a fully evolved, but like an evolved masculine, like who's conscious and aware and just on the path, I think that they can hold the space in a really lovely way. But I do think that there is like just a different level of communication with them that needs to happen because they don't have a woman's body, right?
Mm.
Because we do need to say softer, right? Or like this, right? Or hold like this. But I do think that they hold the safety like really well. They could, protect the space and do all of that. But there's like a level of like there's a different level of force that comes from a man and a woman. And I think that's partially what's attractive about a masculine energy is like the sheer force and the power they have. But like
Hmm.
a evolved man, masculine is like, oh, I have the power and the force, but I'm going to be so disciplined with you, that you're just going to sense it from me and my power and my discipline is like, that's what's going to draw you towards me is like my discipline. Like I actually don't need to use force with you, you know?
Hmm.
But the women, yeah, I mean, the women holding the space, I think, developing like you, like I said, like I think your energy is very different because you have a little bit more developed like masculine energy. So you held the safety for me really well, right? And then you also have the softness. So I think, for women, they hold the softness, right? And the magic and the play and all that really well, but for me to fully surrender with a woman, I need you to also get that safety piece, like
Yeah.
that power. And so it's interesting, right?
It's powerful.
Yeah.
And it's a dance. It really is a dance because you're absolutely right. It's like when I feel there is almost like I don't want to call it a role. But it is in many ways it's a role that you play. You are a sun for the flower to bloom.
Hmm.
And when you talk about the force, in my mind, I don't think of physicality of the force, but rather than you can't bloom unless there is a sunlight
Right.
that is coming at you with the full energy and coming and almost like gifting this to you and surrendering to the darkness and the lights. And it's almost like while I am in my own process, and when I witness and have, oh gosh, an honor, a true honor to have a feminine power in front of me getting being initiated almost. And I'm not into a tantric ways, but I have a sense that this is very tantric in nature.
Yeah.
But there's something so powerful that happens with the masculinity inside of me that takes the
Wow.
role, as
Yeah.
if I am completely, after witnessing a surrender in a feminine powers,
Hmm.
as if I no longer am needed, right? So there is this solution that happens and dissolve of all
Mm.
of me. And I get to that level of I know not I'm no longer needed on earth, but rather than all of me, all of power, all of light that there was for you to bloom is no
Mm.
longer needed, right? So it's there is a dissolve, a clear dissolve, and there's almost a yearning to disappear. And
Wow.
that to me is pure power of everything and nothing, of that void that you enter into once you're willing to surrender. Because at that point, I no longer am me.
Wow.
I am you.
Hmm.
At that point, I no longer have anything that I'm holding on to. The last bits of it for my evolution becomes you and your evolution and emerges so powerfully well and deep that there's nothing else left. And if this is teachable for another masculine energy who is in the masculine body, it's like it would totally transform the way that we're intimate. But I don't know of masculine bodies, energies. I can only speak of behalf of mine, the witnesses, the power of feminine. Say it.
Militia. Well, so I was like having images as you were saying that. And there's two things. Thank you for putting words to that last piece, of like, I just didn't have the words for that, and you were so in tune with me. And yeah, it was like, it's not like you were no longer needed. You were, but you were so in tune with me that you like became me. Right. And so that was really beautiful. I didn't have words for that. Second, I just had this vision. You have to teach this to men. Come
For the
on,
sake of woman.
please. Like you're the person to do it. Yeah, think about it. But yes.
I think I'm teaching women how to feel this and ask themselves for this.
Ah, okay.
And it's never, and I actually don't even know that I'm doing this. This is why I wanted to, well, we by default programmed assumption is that it's all sexual energy. It is not the
No,
sexual energy. It is
no.
the universal force that, yes, can lead to that
That's right.
later.
That's right. Yeah.
But it is higher power that speaks through you and that you can do it on your own behalf, but to open yourself up to change and exchange this merge with someone else is my path. And I don't know when I do it, Lauren. I really don't. But
Wow.
what I do know is how to trust it when it's showing me what I need to do. It's actually showing through me what I need to do. How do I need to defend and play a masculine role, holding your space, being the weight, and being the witness that actually propels you to enter into your own space of
Right.
self and your power. Yeah, it becomes very poetic. And I think this is where a classic English language is not helpful.
Right.
Rather, it
No,
has to be mythologized, it has to be very descriptive in nature and has to have a lot of space for it to be. So that way you can but you can only understand this if you feel it.
that's right. And I feel it with you. And it's really exciting, right? Because what you're talking about is attunement, right? To whoever you're with, whether it's a partner, whether it's a classmate or a client, like you're talking about attunement,
Yeah.
And so it's really beautiful that you have this gift, right, of attunement and to tune in so clearly, and so poetically, right? To really feel at that level, because in my opinion, like that is, you have to have that. that skill to be a good coach and to be really effective, right, with people. You have to have that attunement, and you have it. So that's great.
Mhm. And you have it too because you are able to feel it
I feel it. Yes.
and
Yes.
feel all of it.
All of it.
And can I just ask you? Let me see. I think we're running. Oh,
Sure.
can I just ask you one last
Of
question?
course.
How how do you how do you live with this?
Oh my God. Which part? How do I live with what part?
The magic.
Oh, fuck. How do I live with the magic? I don't know which way you want me to answer that question. Like, how do I live with it?
Do you
Do
want it? Do you yearn for it? Is it seducing you? Do you dance with it? Do you
I
want it?
dance with it every day. I want it. I accept it. I love it. I embrace it. Like it's the only way to be. Like I am, like I am magic. I am in my fullness. I am in my energy. And like I only am allowing, I allow people into my space. Like I'm very discerning about who I allow into my space and who I'm friends with, who I'm partnered with. Like yeah, they have to be in their magic too, and really create a safe space for me to be in my fullness. So, I mean, I'm practicing every day, like just being in my fullness. And, I think for every person is different. And for women, I find like ceremony, ritual, and like my movement practice is essential, right? Like things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's like breathing, like it's who I am,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. And it moves you.
It
And it moves
moves
you in
me.
a it moves you when you dance. I watched you dance on your Instagram account. Not that I peeked, but I was curious. And there's something about it that it's very innocent and very beautiful to witness. And, we can only give the example of how things are done, how things are to be done when you are your true self and your unique parts of you come up to show to the world how uniquely beautiful you are, the bitch and the beauty together of it. And when you show up like that, it's like, wow, it's almost teaches you the quality. The quality I think that we're losing in today's world and chaos everywhere around us. But we can't forget the beauty and aesthetics of our soul, heart, and spirit and energy inside of us underneath the skin. So much power. And yeah, you
Yes.
women have it and you walk with it.
Ah, thank you for seeing me. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really warm in my body, really good. Yes. Yes. I'm
Time
just so glad we got
flies.
to have this time with you, and to just take this journey and just explore magic.
Magic.
Yeah, totally. Because that's what I see in you. You witnessed that in me. And that's why we came together. So just really grateful for this connection, Militia.
Yeah. And I peeked in your natal chart
Okay.
and your opposite of self entire world in front of you, you see through a magical lens. It's really
Wow.
beautiful. You
I've
have these goggles.
do I? I've never like had my chart like how you said. I've never done it. So I just see the world in magic. Is that right?
You're seeking it.
Oh, I'm seeking magic. Oh, that's 100% true.
There we go.
Yeah, like
It's your
absolutely.
descendant. So
Yeah,
whoever you partner with, or shall I say, whoever you connect with, it's going to be. It must be magical. Nothing
absolutely.
less than the.
Nothing, yeah, nothing lasts. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I loved it, and thank you so much. And the time, I can't believe it's already an hour. I cannot
Yeah,
believe this is what
yeah.
happened when magic
I know
is.
this like flied. This flew, flied. It's flew. I'm still like, woozy from, yes, from all the energy. So
Okay, I'll leave
beautiful.
you. I'll leave you some time to ground because you have your clients in 20 minutes. But I
Thank
just want to send you
you.
so much love. And I want to
Thank
thank
you,
you, thank you, thank
Militia.
you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so lovely. I'm so honored to be here with you. Yes. All right, my
Kiss.
dear. Kiss,
Till
kiss.
next time.
Till next time. All right. I'll see you soon.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.